Welcome to the Bunn Ultra 2 cleaning video. Lee here from the Slushie Specialist to run you through how to clean, dismantle and put together the Slushie machine. We're going to start by setting it to chill so it becomes a liquid. Then we can get our bucket to empty out by pulling the handle. Once it has been emptied, just turn it to off and off. We will unplug the light to take the lid off. There is a little button here. We're going to press in and pull it up and out. This will, any excess, make sure your drip tray is in there. It will catch all the excess. So we pull the bowl out, pop it straight into our bucket. The auger and the auger seal will be there as well. Pop that in our buckets. The rear tank seal will come off. Put that in our bucket for washing. This is where we get a damp chucks cloth. Give it a good wipe over, especially around the back on the silver drum where the rear tank seal goes. This will prevent any leak and liquid dripping down the back. Beautiful. We will now go and wash the components in warm water. Make sure you don't use a scourer. The handle can also be dismantled by pulling off the knob off one side. It will release from the other side. The tap valve pushes up and there's a spring, and you want to make sure that you take the tap seal out and give that a good wash as well. So I'll put that in there ready for washing. You also have inside the bowl, there is a little bowl bushing. Make sure that this does not get misplaced. It must be in there to make sure it holds everything in place. So give that one a clean too. Once the components have been washed, then we will get the rear tank seal. Make sure it's wet, we put it on wet. We start at the bottom, put it back together. We get our auger seal and use our food grade lubricant. And just a generous amount on the auger seal here. And that's going to sit just on the end of the knob. Then you get your auger spiral. Pop it on so it lines up just like that. With the bowl, we want to make sure that we get our little bowl bushing, pop it in, and that will go into place, and that's going to hold the auger in place, in line. We get a bit of water just around the outside of the bowl. Push it in and down and it will click into position. As for the handle, no lubricant or anything required, so this will just sit inside here, the little seal. The tap spring will go just in here, it will slide into position, and then you have the tap that will go around the knobs and that will be there. We also have the lid, which makes sure that's nice, giving it a good wipe over. We're going to plug in the lid at the back, and the lid will sit on top. You're now ready to refill your machine. When refilling your machine, make sure you use the correct slushy mix. that has an appropriate bricks level between 12 and 14%. If you're using chilled mix, it will reduce the freeze time. The best way we find, or the cleanest and easiest way we find to refill the mix, is to turn the lid upside down on the other side to make sure you're not making a mess on top of the lid. We get our mix and we will pour it into the machine. What I'll do is I'll pour the first litre in, at which point I will just stop and have a quick check to make sure that it is not leaking. No, we're all good. We're all good, we can continue pouring. Now that we have finished filling the machine, we'll put the lid back on and set the setting to ice, which is freeze. Beautiful. And make sure that the auger is on, which is the spiral. We recommend in partaking in a regular cleaning cycle, ideally once a week, depending on the product. With the refilling process, what we think is a great little tip that we have come across is to have the mix chilled, and then you can top it up as you go, and you don't really want to let it get it past halfway if you can. So the idea is if you keep topping it up, you can continually keep serving, as opposed to letting it get too low and then having to wait too long for it to refreeze back up again. Another little helpful tip is to regularly clean out the drip tray. That's just held on by magnets, and it catches all of the condensation and any drips that come from the excess from the taps. We hope you found this very helpful. If we can be of any further assistance, please be sure to reach out and let us know, and we would be more than happy to help. Have a great day.